Rage Against the Machine is a nu metal band founded in 1991 in Los Angeles, California. Its members consist of lead vocalist Zach De La Rocha, guitarist Tom Morello, bassist Tim Comerford, and drummer Brad Wilk. Their messages through music has gained international success. Through the band's music, they attempt to address political and social injustices in their lyrics, public statements, and actions through their beliefs in libertarianism. Views and arena for Rage Against the Machine continues to be a heavily discussed topic in pop culture. To analyze the band's political history, we must consider 5 questions to pander. Number 1. What social context did they live in? Number 2. What social issues did they address? Number 3. How did they cause change? Number 4. How did they cause audiences to behave differently? And number 5. How did this change the status quo? Using these 5 questions, I will discuss their political history, past and present in this presentation, and how their actions affected the world. Rage Against the Machine started their career in the early 90s, signing with Epic Records in 1992. Rage Against the Machine was formed in an era with the new dawn of the internet, the Gulf Wars, the Bush administration, and a rebel culture forming in the rising genre of industrial rock, grunge, and nu metal. Rage Against the Machine targeted youth living in this rebel culture through the usage of their lyrics and libertarian stance on these social issues, encouraging an environment of social justice, disdain for the upper class, being outspoken and aggressive towards the youth stance collectively through public protest about political issues. Rage Against the Machine took it upon themselves to create success in music by addressing the social environment around them through their lyrics and actions. An example of this action would be on 1996 when performing Bulls and Parade on the famous show Saturday Night Live. The band turned the American flag upside down to express their dissatisfaction at the American government. In a statement to the media, lead singer Zach De La Rocha stated, "It is important for me as a popular artist, through concerts, videos, interviews, broadcasting of information at concerts, and our songs' lyrics we have placed within reach of young people, our audience, the experiences, we act as facilitators in the ways that they can participate and put them in contact with organizations and support committees in the United States." The band has also spoken about issues in the American prison system, the Iraq War, and Fox News, despite the controversy they received from the right. Therefore, the band used the social context of their time as a band to address issues for their music, public statements, actions, protest concerts, and time, as well as money. But despite the consequences, the band members stand by their statements, not giving up in the face of hardship and controversy. The band truly does believe that music can empower and change individuals through education. The band's charity concerts educate individuals and raise money for important causes like illness, children's services, and the poorer class. Therefore, the band inspires change through lyrics, collective charity efforts through members and fans, and education through music in a form like poetry. The band has addressed issues like the EZLN, the Fox News bias, and Guantanamo Bay. The band's purpose, according to the members, is to direct attention to political causes in their music. In a statement to the media, band member Tom Morello stated, "The only concern for us is the music and politics are uncut. Rage Against the Machine's playing style is rough, nu metal, thrash-type music. The band's song lyrics are never afraid to share controversial opinions, which then being the most critiqued aspect of the band. The most known controversial lyric from them is the F word, sorry miss, followed by, I won't do what you tell me. And now they do what you told ya, and now you're under control." This statement has become iconic and represents the band quite well. The band is not afraid to share their opinions on the media, the Republican Party, the American and Spanish governments, and multiple other issues, with often rates to the political ideology of anarchism. The band believes in libertarian values, which seeks to maximize political and social freedoms. Through their song lyrics, the band forwards their political opinions towards their viewers in the media. Many of their fans also take personal action on some of the issues that they address, such as the Republican Party. The fans are often just as vocal as the fans, often participating in protests that get them removed from the areas they protest in. For example, the video shoot for the fans with Sleep Now in the Fire had the New York Stock Exchange close and lock their doors and remove everyone from the building, including the band, in the middle of the trading day. Footage of excited Wall Street employees dancing to the music, police attempting to take Tom's instrument as he refused to stop playing, and the emergency doors of the New York Stock Exchange being closed were all used in the final video, including the band being arrested. The band's concerts reflect protest and anger through the songs played, the opening statements, even the benefits, and the fan and surrounding crowd's reactions. the band also believes that change cannot occur in the society that we are in today. The band also sometimes behaves radically in an attempt to gain notes to their working causes. This radical behavior may gain press on the right, but their fans are loyal and stand by them in most of the things that they do. Therefore, the band uses their influence, music, and popularity to raise issues about directing attention towards their fans. The band has a strong, loyal fan base, praising their political causes and often sharing them with others. Their songs also focus on politics in their lyrics, rather than the typical romance trope, which causes audiences to analyze the music in a non-typical way rather than the song about love. Here is my media product of a timeline of Rage Against the Machine. I mentioned their first album, why I believe they got successful, the rise of their fame, and also why I believe they stuck with their fame, as well as their breakup and reunification. If you'd like to read it, I will show it on the next slides over here. I chose this media product as I like making posters and I believe it is an effective way to show the timeline of the media. Their first album is noted here, where on the front cover the album features Thick King Duke self-annihilating. Their rise to fame in the albums, where they released Evil Empire and TBLS. Their tensions and controversy in the breakup in 2000. Their reunification and their politics in Gen Y, as well as the conclusion, is on this poster. Rage Against the Machine changed the status, culture, and entire genre of nu metal through the power of the band's rising influence on the younger generation. The band's distinct playing style and their political influence through art spoke the ideals of Generation Y through music and education. Despite the censorship and conflict between the band has improved on their music and ultimately what it stands to represent, the rising power of being vocal on social issues through music. Their song reached an international youth audience from all corners of the globe by targeting the generation's social problems and providing an escape through rap music. The band's explicitly political music spoke to a generation spoken down to, treated just like lazy youth who couldn't make change, and they defied stereotypes about Generation Y. They were vocal about issues and strategically used their influence as a band to present and market themselves as a youth group that facilitated social change. Their music was revolutionary, almost unheard of in the time, representing anti-conformity in a time of censorship, a rising rebel youth culture, one band determined to make change. In my presentation, I leave you with the verse from Guerrilla Radio. It has to start somewhere. It has to start sometime. What better place than here? What a better place than now? The time was now for Rage Against the Machine to become stars in the political and music world through their political fierce music. The time is now for the youth to use their arts to their advantage. So how will Generation Z testify their story? Well, the future awaits. This was their story, one from starting of humble beginnings in a Los Angeles club to international rock superstars. And it starts again with their reunification at Coachella 2020. As Ashes in the Fall says, this is a new sound, just like the old sound, and it starts now. Thank you for listening to my presentation.